Hi, today we're gonna talk about TikTok and dogs. And I don't have a dog, I don't use TikTok, so this will be a very, very short show. Except I have a guest. It's Sandi Thompson. Hi, Sandy, welcome.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
So nice that you could make it here. Um,
Yes, I had to go out and get them to stop cutting the trees down. They've been doing
yeah,
this all week. Chainsaws, like 20 chainsaws going on. So I
okay.
was successful. So let's hope it stays quiet.
I'm sure you convinced them, and so we
I
have it.
hopefully I trained them.
And did you take your dogs with you to
No,
intimidate them?
no, because the chainsaws are so loud that
Yeah,
you
okay,
know
yeah, of course.
they've been freaked out all week by it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but normally I go and remove the countdown timer after we were live, but this countdown timer was so fantastic. We were already seeing you dancing with the dogs, so I guess we leave that in for this time.
But Marcus, doesn't everybody do that? Doesn't everybody dance with their dogs?
Yeah, maybe if I had some.
Perhaps I'm the only crazy one. I don't know, but
Uh,
I do
we
it
are
on a
each
regular
we are
basis.
each our own kind of crazy, and that's okay. Yeah, I prefer it if my guests are bring a bit crazy with them. Yeah.
Well,
So we already saw your dogs. Dogs are a big part of your life.
yes, they've always been a big part of my life. I've always had dogs ever since I was little. Ever since I can remember, there's been a dog in my life. So, a lot of dogs in my childhood. But when I look back at it, and this may be true for other people because these were different times, but we did everything wrong. My whole family did everything wrong raising these dogs. I mean, I just remember my mom opening the front door in the morning and letting the dogs out. And then, you know, we didn't see them again until they came back on their own time. So we lost a lot of dogs because of
Hmm.
that. Some
Okay.
just didn't come home. Um, and so I think that was a big influencer on me. It was so painful for me to lose my friends, my
Of course.
companions. And now that I look back on it, it was all preventable, but they were different times. So I think that is one of the reasons I became a dog trainer.
Okay. So how did you become a dog trainer then?
How did I become a dog trainer?
Yeah.
Well, that we'll need a lot more time for that, but short
Short
answer
version. Yeah.
is I I I was working at a vet hospital. I knew I wanted to work with dogs. I knew I wanted to work with animals. So I thought that a vet hospital would be a good choice. I didn't really enjoy that, and there were trainers that would come in with these trained dogs, and I was so fascinated by the things that their dogs were doing, and I started looking into that, into the behavior aspect of uh, dogs rather than veterinary medicine, and I got hooked. And I just started taking my dogs to classes and training them, and then I learned about this brand new method at the time, which was all positive reinforcement. Because way back in the day, dog training was prong collars, choke chains, a lot of intimidation, a lot of fear. And that never felt right to me. It always felt wrong. And then when I found out there was this animal behaviorist in the vicinity of where I lived, and I started going to his classes and just watching him, and I ended up becoming his assistant, and then I worked in his office, and I studied with him, and I went to Ian Dunbar. We're talking about Ian Dunbar. He pioneered the training methods to positive reinforcement. And so I was so fascinated by it, and it was fun. It felt good. The dogs were enjoying it instead of being afraid. I mean, hello. And so I just started training with him, and I became his lead trainer for 20 years. And then I started my own business, Bravo Pup, and I started that in 2008. And so the rest is history.
Okay, we will get to the history. But so you say before this method was developed, the default way of thinking was that dogs need punishment to learn.
So it was left over from World War II, where they needed to have trained dogs really, really fast. And the way that they trained the dogs really, really fast was through avoidance training. That means basically punishment training. They would punish the dogs, and some dogs made it through the process, but most of them didn't. Most of them were soft. Actually, they weren't soft, they were normal. They didn't like being punished and beaten and terrified. So they didn't use those dogs. They only used the dogs that could actually take that type of training and wouldn't fall apart. And unfortunately, those methods, after the war was after the war was over, those methods stuck around, and everybody just kept using those methods. So it's still used today quite widely. A lot of dog trainers still use the punishment-oriented methods. Thankfully, the positive reinforcement crowd is now becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And, hopefully we can stamp out the punishment-oriented training, because it really is, it's abuse. It is abuse.
Of course. So is there some part? I mean, it seems obvious to me that it's not a good idea to work with punishment. But was there a point where you could say people just didn't know better, and everybody thought that's the normal way?
Yes, it's not the fault of dog owners, because they don't know any better, and unfortunately, we're still battling it to this day. There are several very, very popular shows on National Geographic, Netflix, that use these old methods. And on television, it looks really great and sexy because they edit all the parts out that you don't want to see. Okay. And dog training does not make for good TV. It really doesn't, because if you're training slowly the way that you should and using positive reinforcement, it's a slow process. It doesn't happen bam like that. So that's what the positive dog training crowd is up against. So these TV shows and the old tired methods, but we're slowly making headway.
Very good. And this old method, I mean, the one side is it's just wrong, period. It's ethically wrong, but are there other things why they are not good beyond that?
Well, it's physically intimidating. It's mentally intimidating. I mean, it can create a lot of behavior problems. If anybody, not dog, if somebody is abused emotionally as well as physically, it's going to deteriorate you can see there are so many videos on social media of dog trainers training dogs, and it looks like the dog is doing well. If to the untrained eye, the dog is doing the tasks for the trainer, but you can see the dog's body language that they're really frightened the whole time. And the reason they're doing the commands or whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing is because they want to avoid the punishment or the mental punishment that's coming. So it's really quite sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and that example that you brought with they used quick results because of war, and I guess that goes for dogs and for humans. You can get quick results. They're not good results, but they're quick and they're results. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you were in this pet clinic, and you discovered that your passion is with dog training, and it's not just a passion for the job. I feel it's really a passion to better the situation.
Yes. Yes. Well, to go back a little bit, when I was working at that vet clinic, I had a dog that I took to a trainer's class, one of the trainers that I was sort of enamored with, because I saw all the things that her dogs could do. And I was like, oh my God, that is so fascinating. I brought my dog to one of her classes, and she put a choke chain on this little Cocker Spaniel. And she said, this is how we teach heel. And she just yanked up on the collar, yanked until my dog stayed in place at her side out of fear. But my dog was screaming. My dog was screaming from fear and from pain. And I stood back and I watched it. And I was like paralyzed. I was like, well, she knows, she's the expert. She knows what to do. But my dog is screaming and my dog is not having fun. And this is awful. And then shortly after, I started researching, and I found Dr. Ian Dunbar, who was doing all these positive reinforcement training classes. And so I went to him, and it was like night and day. It was like, whew, it was a relief. Oh my God, I don't have to abuse my dog. I don't have to abuse my dog to train it. And so I became very passionate about that method, and I trained so many trainers from all over the world how to use positive reinforcement, and I'm really proud of that because I think it's spread and it's helped the movement. So yeah, here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that and then you got into the dog training, and you eventually founded your own business. Can you tell us about how that all came about?
Well, I worked for that one company for over 20 years, and I just decided, I might as well do this for myself. So I holed myself up in this attic. This is my attic. And I made my own website. Didn't know how to do it. Taught myself how to do it. It wasn't a great website, but it was enough to get me going. And I just spread the word, and I was scared. I didn't think anybody would come. And I had my first class was March 15th, 2008. And it was a full class, and I haven't looked back since. And we have hundreds of people on our waiting list right now. All the pandemic dogs, people who got dogs during the pandemic. So there's so much demand for what we're doing right now. We can't keep up.
Okay. Yeah, but I guess it was a big adventure to start your own business.
It was scary as hell, but I did it, and I've won best dog training classes in the Bay Area for 10 years in a row. So I must be doing something right.
Something maybe. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it's this passion you have for dogs and for really doing this job, and then of course also the experience. So no wonder people and dogs love you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Well, I enjoy it. It gives me great joy to help people train their dogs. I specialize in puppies, starting them from at a very young age and then going all the way up. And I just I love it. I absolutely love watching the dogs transform and the people get excited. Like to see somebody go, oh my God, I just trained my dog to do this. That's amazing. I can never get enough of that.
Fantastic. And so you have a location for the training.
Yeah, so before COVID, we had 7 locations all around the Bay Area. We're not back yet to 7. We're only running at half capacity because a lot of our locations have not opened yet. We're hoping in January we'll get all the locations back, and then we can help more dogs. But right now we're just running at half capacity, and we're doing private lessons like just nonstop.
Okay. So because of the pandemic, you do private lessons then, or?
We do more private lessons
Yeah.
than classes now. So
Okay.
before the pandemic, I personally, I was teaching 12 to 15 classes a week. And I have been doing that all my life. As soon as it was very interesting, as soon as the pandemic hit and we had to shut down, I just went, whoom,
Okay.
and I was exhausted, and I just realized, oh my God, I did not realize how hard I was working until I was forced to stop. So
Okay.
now I'm trying to change things a little bit. We're doing more online, and so hopefully we can do more of that, because it's really I was scared when we had to do classes on Zoom. I was like, who no one's gonna come. This isn't gonna work. And what we found out was it's actually really, really helpful. And in some cases, teaching classes online is better because the people don't have to deal with the distractions of the other dogs in class. And so they can get more of a foundation, a good base at home without distractions. And then they can come to a class. So where they already have the foundation skills built in. So that's something that we found out during COVID.
Yes, and I think COVID also helped to build that demand for online classes.
Yes.
On your side, it helped to decide to do it, but then the demand is okay. I cannot go to the training. What do I do now? So it propelled us forward technology in the technology.
Yes, and then we have learned that there's a lot more that we can do online, and that it is sometimes better. Not everybody is convinced of that. So one problem that we have right now, which we're trying to work out, is convincing people that taking an online class is just as beneficial, if not more beneficial, than an in-person class. So there is a bit of resistance from the clients. Now that things have started to open up, people are sort of Zoom fatigued. So it's our job now to try and educate people that actually know online is good, online is better. Do online first, and then we'll see you in an in-person class. So that's been the struggle that we're trying to
Okay.
figure
Yeah,
out.
I mean, the client has to be in the same room with the dog, but the trainer can be somewhere else. As long as you see what they're doing, it's fine then.
Yeah, I mean, we can see what they're doing. We can coach them.
Yeah.
We can say, no, you're position your hand a little differently. Put your shoulder back. Give the treat. It works really well online, and like I said, in many cases, better.
Okay. And the reason that you are here now in this show and we met in the live streaming community, I think that's also because you were beginning to work online.
Yes, I started exploring. I am tech deficient. Like I have no tech skills at all. It's brand new to me. It's like speaking another language. So I figured, I better start figuring this out, because this is the way the world is going. So that's why I joined Live Streaming Pros, and then I did the Lita with a lot of our friends, with you and our friends here, and that was quite an experience. I didn't think I'd be able to do it, but I did. I stuck with it. It scared me. Oh my God, it was so scary. But here I am.
Yeah,
Getting over
exactly. And, yeah, but that's the thing. I think this community is simply amazing, and then we help each other out, and if you see one person goes through it and achieves another success, and then you say, okay, we want to do that too, and here we are.
Yes, and I have to say that is something that I did not expect, was the online community and how many friends that I have made, and the friendships that I have are almost deeper than like my real life friends. It's strange.
Yeah, you're not the first person to say that here in my interviews. Yeah, and you told me before in the first Lida you were writing everything down.
Oh yes, so that's how scared I was. So in April Lida, hi Sarah. In April Lida, I would be shaking before I hit that go live button, and I would have to write like a whole script. I would make a whole script, and then I would tape the script to the computer, and then I would have to recite the script, and I was so scared. Sometimes it would take me hours. Once I timed myself. It took me 6 hours to hit that go live button.
Well, okay.
And by the way, it was 6 hours of sitting in front of the computer,
okay.
my finger hovering over the go live button, doing this. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Shaking. So now, during this show, we're having a chat.
Yeah, of course.
There is nothing scripted out.
Yeah, I gave you two.
My notes for something else.
I gave you. We're talking about TikTok and we're talking about dogs, and you said, "Fine, we're gonna talk." And
yeah.
That's and for me, with to not get in that state to wait for hours to press the button was okay. If I push it, then it starts. That's the amazing thing with life. You just have to to make this little push, and then it starts. And if it starts, you will do it because. And that's
Were you scared too in the beginning?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's normal.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, and I am so amazed that I got through it. And then I did it again.
And it was much easier the second time then.
The second time was fun. Not every day, but you know how they make you go deep, like it's therapy. But because of that, I learned so much about myself. And I feel so much more relaxed now.
Yeah. So we talked about this wonderful community, and I want to take that chance to make a quick intermission. It's now like in the if you're in the cinema, then there is a little pause, and I have a treat for you for this little pause, because our friend who's also in a live streaming, Roy, the tech troublemaker, he produced a fantastic video, and I won't show you the whole video, just a little bit. The rest you will have to watch on his channel, and I will go after we're done here and put the link in the description. But now, with no further ado, we just jump in a little teaser of 13 Days of Christmas. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 7 swans a swimming,
6 geese a laying,
5 gold rings,
4 collie birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a milking. Wait a minute. You're giving people 8 maids?
So that's all you get for now here. The rest, we will put the link in the description. Go watch the whole thing. It was so fun to do that. And Roy did a really fantastic job.
that's so good.
Yeah, starting from having the idea. And when I was reading about that idea, I immediately was very excited, and I immediately had the vision of exactly the thing we saw now. And Roy also made a Christmas special, and there he talked about that he at first thought, okay, he will just take someone with the first day, someone with the second, and so on, and put them in a line. And of course, that would have been much easier, but not so fun like this, where you put them all together. And it's so fantastic that he did that. It's really fun. And go watch the whole thing.
Yes, you must watch the whole thing. I was grinning from ear to ear during the entire thing. It was so much fun.
Yeah. So, and the audience loves it too. And
Yes.
and Roy said, I was amazing. I just I know I'm not really the best singer, so I have to compensate with spreading the joy. And for those of you who don't want to wait till I come around and put it in the description, you also have it here. Lala, thank you very much for putting the link in. But that was so fun, and I think it's really a really cool thing if we can collaborate and create something together, or like now we are talking this interview, and it's really fun.
Yeah.
So now we go to TikTok with you, and that's fascinating to me, because you said, okay, you were so afraid. You did Lida, and Lida is live every day in April or in August, where you where you go in a private Facebook group and do a live each day. And you were so afraid, and nowadays you produce TikTok and put them out into the public. That's a pretty big development.
I know. I don't know what I've done. I started a TikTok account 3 months ago. That's all. 3 months ago, and I've just been. I went down the TikTok rabbit hole. It's been like this amazing experience for me. I just started just to, see what TikTok was all about, and then I just got
hooked
in.
Okay.
And it's so much fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's way different than anything I've ever done. So it's pretty incredible.
So you just said, okay, we're going to try. I mean, even that is amazing in itself. Okay, we go and try it.
Yes. So yes, follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, and this link is already in the description. It's the first link there.
Yeah, I started 3 months ago, and I was just doing silly videos, not really anything for my profession. I was just doing dumb things, and I just found myself enjoying it so much. So I just kept doing it more and more, and then one of my videos went viral, and
over 1 million views.
Yeah, I'm up to 1.2 million views. And you guys, it was a 10-second video. It was just a 10-second video of me training my dog. I put music to it and a little caption on top. And my phone started blowing up. At first, it was Instagram Reels. I just kept getting notifications, and then TikTok. My phone never stopped for like 5 days. It was just notification after notification after notification. I was like, "What in the heck is happening here?"
Okay, and you said it were dumb videos. I would say. Maybe not dumb, but entertaining, and that's what TikTok is most successful on. TikTok is maybe entertainment, I think.
Yes, and so I love doing the entertaining videos, the funny ones, the humor. To me, that's like the best drug in the world. Is just if I can make somebody laugh, it's like crack. Not that I've ever smoked crack. I've never smoked crack. Let's make that clear. But it is so addictive.
So
it really is.
Maybe we could watch the one I found most entertaining of all of them. Just give that one a try.
You got this. You got this. I don't want to go. Oh, God, don't make me go.
Happy Thanksgiving! Sorry I'm late. Trump lost.
That's so great. But I noticed it's not so easy to watch it for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I thought when I watched your face right now.
It's just here's why it's I get a little embarrassed because if I'm honest, I think it's hilarious. I honest to God think my TikTok videos are
Hilarious,
hilarious.
yeah.
This is like embarrassing to admit, but I'm my biggest fan. I swear to God, I can watch a video that I do over and over and laugh so hard. And it's just as funny to me the 50th time I see it than the first time I see it. And I've always had this sort of this really wacky sense of humor. Like my sense of humor is usually pretty dry, like super dry. And for me, if I think it's funny and other people don't get it, it makes it even funnier for me.
Okay. Yeah, but I think the one we just watched, that's the majority of people will find that funny, I would say. Guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Well, it is true. When there's some truth in it, sometimes it's the best.
okay.
By the way, I didn't eat that whole pie. I threw it out afterwards. I am sugar-free and gluten-free.
Okay. So John says the link is in my language. So okay, so you go to German TikTok then, or I will have to to look about that. Yeah, we can fix that. But Sandy doesn't start to speak German just because of the link, so everything will be understandable.
I only know Danka. That's it.
Okay. So maybe we could watch some other. What else? Do you have another relief? This one is funny.
There's a chance I might have a collar problem. Is that bad? There's a chance.
So
Okay.
we'll ask the chat, is it bad?
So those were only the collars that I have in the kitchen.
Okay.
Way more than that.
Okay, there are more, then maybe yes.
Thank you, Sarah.
Maybe you do have a color problem then, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I think that's very creative and to see how much fun you have with making them and then.
Yeah, it's so much fun for me. It's like it's all I want to do now. It's sort of become a problem. I see the world now in TikTok videos. I honestly see the world in TikTok videos. Oh, that would be a good TikTok. Oh, that would be a good TikTok. Oh, that would be a good TikTok.
Very good.
So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, this was, like I said, I just joined TikTok 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's only the beginning. So
I'm still learning. And what I'm learning is that the best TikToks are under 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's
well, not the best, the most viewed.
Yeah.
Because everyone has such a short attention span now.
So,
yeah.
Of course, we also want to watch the one with the 1.2 million.
Oh yeah, you won't believe it. It's crazy.
But I will mute the sound on that because there's music in it, and then we go in there.
So that's just me training my dog to file his own nails. That was it.
Fantastic. Yeah, and
And that went viral, and it's still viral.
yeah, now because I muted the sound, I think sound is an important part of video. But yeah. But there also the joy you have with it comes across, and the joy the dog has, and maybe
Oh,
that's
they
part of
love
the
it.
success.
So for me, that's how it should be. The dog should enjoy the training. The dog should be having fun. The dog should want to do it. And if you do the training right and you go slow, that's what happens. So now I have 2 dogs that will joyfully file their own nails. As a matter of fact, I was doing it this morning with them, and they were both fighting over who got to do it first. So it's way different than the old school training methods.
Yeah, and I remembered earlier in this interview said TV will not show you in detail because it's boring in TV to see dog training, and now you have this perfect example where it's not only short for TV, you have it in a few seconds and it goes viral. So you somehow found a way to show that.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out how. So that video went viral, and I got a lot of interest to people asking me how to do it, how to make the scratch board, and so I did 2 more sort of tutorials on that. Those videos though did not get. They only got a couple of hundred views, so it's trying to find the balance, right? So I still haven't figured that out yet, but I will.
But how does that feel then? So you have videos with over 1,000 views, and then you have that with 1.2 million, and then you put one out there and think, yeah, that's a good one, and only a few people watch it. How is that feeling then?
Frustrating. It's frustrating because I have this information that I want to get to all these people. And it's good information and they asked for it. So how do I get them to come back? I did gain like 500 followers from that video though. So, I just got to find the right hook.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I'm kind of all over the place. Like right now I'm doing some training stuff and then some comedy. So I have to sort of dial it in. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do because I'm having so much fun.
Okay.
I love doing the comedy ones.
Okay.
Because there's no better feeling to me than doing those comedy because it makes me laugh.
Yeah, but is that the best thing if you can laugh about what you're doing? Yeah. And do you spend too much time on making the TikToks?
Hey, it depends. Like, so the serious ones, I can spend a couple of days. Like a 30-second video can take me 2 days to do. And that is for the training ones where I want to make sure that everything is right. And, I'm just learning how to edit and all that. So those take a little bit longer, but the funny ones, the silly ones, the stupid ones, they don't take much time at all.
Yeah, but
like I did a really stupid one yesterday that took me a couple of minutes.
Okay, but the one...
And it's hilarious, by the way.
Okay.
Watch it.
Okay.
I think it's hilarious.
But I won't show this one here because we need to have people to have a reason to go in the link in the description and watch there and follow you.
Yeah, go watch the one where I have the hoodie on.
Okay.
That I made yesterday.
The link is
I think
there.
it's hilarious.
the link is there. Go and watch it. Yeah.
And then like and comment.
Of course. Yeah, TikTok seems to have a really little conversion rate if you have 1.2 million views and then 500 followers. But I guess that's in the nature of the medium where you just next.
Yeah. So what I'm learning, I'm taking a social media class from Nika Stewart called Shine 365 and viral video. And what I'm learning from her is that you've got, in order to capture someone's attention on TikTok and Instagram Reels, you've got less than a second to get their attention. Less than a second. So when your video appears, there has to be either something happening, you have to be speaking, or there has to be some sort of action happening. Otherwise, people will scroll right past. Yeah. So you can't. So if the beginning of your video was, "Hello, my name is Sandi," you have to edit out the before you say hello. You can't have that breath in there because that breath will kill you. They'll scroll right past you.
Okay.
So that's hard. And then you have to keep changing it, like John tells us, in our videos, to do close-ups and reverse it so that it's not always stagnant. So that is true for the social media TikToks too.
Yeah, even more so because with short form content, attention span is even smaller, of course. Yeah. Any else?
Yeah, you've got less than a second.
Okay. Do you have more tips for aspiring TikTokers?
Tips. Just do it. Just do it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It is addictive though. So if you have an addictive personality, which I do, you might get lost down the rabbit hole. But I tell you what, it's fun.
Yeah, and there are two kind of addictions you could have with TikTok. The one is watching TikToks all the time, and the other one is producing TikToks. And I would prefer the producing part always. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's been crazy. Like I did not expect it. If you would have told me 6 months ago that I would be a TikToker, I would have laughed in your face. I had no interest at all in TikTok and social media or anything like that. But I think I've kind of tapped into a part of me that I have left behind because I used to be into theater when I was younger. I always wanted to be an actress when I was little. So I took a bunch of theater classes and I really enjoyed that. And then I got into dogs and just left that behind. So now I've picked it back up.
Okay, and now I was distracted for the second time in this stream because the very first time that ever happened is that I had unwanted messages, and but I saw Lala helped me there too now. Yeah, but that's a very fascinating thing because you can't know how it feels as long as it don't happen, and. And I can say it's really, really distracting, especially if I should listen to you. Yeah. So I have no idea what you said right now.
Neither do I. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Who cares? Next. Yeah, but it's really inspiring to see the success and especially the fun you have with it. And I agree. The fun is an important part, especially. I mean, it's not like TikTok will bring you more business. You one of the motivating factors is, I guess, the fun, but especially in your case, probably to put out the message that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and I think there is a way that you can make money on TikTok. People do it. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will.
Okay.
I'll look into it. I'll research more, but right now I'm just learning, about what people want on TikTok, what the best practices are, how to edit, all that stuff. It's all new to me.
Yeah, but it's really inspiring to see, and especially how much joy it brings you.
Well, hopefully it brings other people joy too.
It surely does. So I watched today, and I followed now. I was not really big consumer of TikToks, but in preparation I watched it, and I'm following you now, and it's really fun to watch. And then Ellie wants to know, so would you say the biggest thing for TikTok is the editing?
Well, yeah, I actually really love the editing app in TikTok. It's pretty cool. They have a lot of features, a lot of functions. You just have to go in there and do it and play around and look at some tutorials. But it's not that hard. I mean, don't look at like my very first videos. Those were horrible. I didn't know what I was doing at all. But yeah, they have a lot of really cool stuff in the TikTok app.
Yeah. Okay, and Lola likes to know, how about doing YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, so Lala, I've been trying to remember to upload my TikToks to YouTube Shorts. I do have some up there. I don't get very many views on the YouTube Shorts, so I don't know what I don't understand that. Like I do TikTok and Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and YouTube Shorts, and they all get different views.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So you're doing this for 3 months now, so I think we have to wait another couple of months and then ask you back here again to tell us what happened in the meantime. Yeah.
I would be happy to. I'm happy.
Very good. Now, can I pick your brain about something for my channel?
What am I going to do? Say no?
Yeah,
No, Mark,
yeah,
sorry,
that would be okay. And there she goes. You confused me there. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, maybe the chat can help too. So I did a funny thing. I ordered a custom song for my countdown timer. And I did that on Fiverr, and now I have to provide the artist with some details what it has to be about. And now, if someone can help me with what is my channel about, that would be helpful.
So you just want a description?
Yeah. But maybe this is not very well thought out.
Well, I thought the description that you came up with, I can't remember it verbatim, yesterday or last night was perfect.
The one I put in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about Should be about the adventure of the journey of live streaming.
Yeah, and your quirky guests.
Okay. And Roy says he's still fighting the battle. He has no idea what his channel is about. Yeah, I think it's interesting because I went live mainly because I want to do it, and it was always almost an afterthought. What is it about? So many people they first have the idea what's it about, and then they figure out, okay, I could go live, and I did that all the other way around.
And I did too. I'm with you, Roy. I really don't know what my TikTok channel is about either. It's about all kinds of stuff. It's about dog training. It's about whatever I think is funny.
Yeah, but I think somewhere down the way we have to do the homework of actually formulating a vision to have a path to go forward. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I thought I was doing that. I was getting away from the comedy and doing more dog training, and then I went back to the comedy because I missed it. And it's fun. I like doing it. So
yeah, and I think especially with short form content like TikTok, it's probably makes sense to keep at least a part of the comedy in. But on the other hand, your most successful one isn't really comedy. Yeah, so
no,
what do I know?
I don't know. I don't know either.
We'll just have to try and figure it out. And
it's just the journey I'm on. I take you guys with me.
Yeah, and Samantha also says the community helped her to figure out more about what is the channel. Yeah. And Ellie says, Sandy, your channel is about you. And Roy says, but dogs are always funny. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, at least if they are trained in a positive way, they are more likely to be funny.
And one tip for you is if you have a dog and it's storming outside and they refuse to go to the bathroom, don't leave the house and turn your RoboVac on.
Okay.
I'll let you figure out what happened.
Okay, and then Ellie says, Marcus, I like that you are connecting all these people who are in different stages of live streaming and they all have different careers backgrounds.
Yes.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm just fishing for some ideas because after all, I have to come up with myself, but it is helpful to get some input there. And so I thought, as long as we're here, I hijacked the last part of the stream. But maybe I should have made a dedicated one for that. Yeah. No, but it's really, really fascinating. I don't know. Do you want to see one more? No, go in the description, and I don't want to show all of your TikToks here.
Play the one that I just did yesterday.
Sure. Okay.
I think it's hilarious. You might not.
Wait. We go there and we put the sound back on. The one with the
hoodie, yes.
What would you do if I climbed into your passenger seat?
Oh my goodness, I was expecting someone else. But as long as you're here, hey, shut that door. It's freezing outside. I got this tick on my back and I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing it for me? Yeah, right back there. Yeah, just grab that mother and twist it to the left. Oh, lifesaver. Thank you so much.
What would you do if I
Perfect. Yeah, I think a big part is just the creativity, come up with these ideas, and I loved it.
And I don't know, they just come into my head. I just like, it just pop. Like I said, I think in TikToks now.
TikTok brain, yeah, you said it. So, yeah, I loved it. But to see more, go to the link in the description. Follow Sandi. It's great, and I'm really looking forward to see where this journey takes you.
Thank
because
you.
you just begun. Okay, but I think that's it for today. Thank you so very much, Sandi, for overcoming all obstacles. People with chainsaws felling trees and blurry camera, everything, and we made it happen. And
It started back up, but can you hear them?
No, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you went out there and said you need quiet for an hour, and that's the hour is done now, so they started back up. And thank you all in the audience for participating, for watching. Next week we will have here Marga Gomez. That will be very interesting too. Can't wait for that. And again, thank you all. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.